Hello, my name is Scott with The Refuge, and my wife Tiffany and I have been working with youth and young adults for many, many years. And every once in a while, I give a talk or a devotion, a little snippet of advice. I sometimes call them dad talks. And so I'm going to start sharing those dad talks with you. But a couple years ago, a couple of the students started calling us grandma and grandpa. And so some of the students now identify us as grandma and grandpa. And actually, our daughter is pregnant with our first grandchild. And so we are going to be grandparents soon. And when we were in Kazakhstan, the word for grandpa is baba. And so I'm just going to use that. Instead of calling them dad talks, I'm going to call them baba talks. And so in a minute here, I'm going to play a baba talk. It was an impromptu talk, a video that I shared with the youth and young adults. And it just gives you an idea of what I share with the students. We want the students and those we work with to live for God's glory. We want to live for God's glory. And sometimes there are glitches in our lives in living for God's glory. If you around us enough, you'll see the glitches, the messes, the sins, the mistakes in living for God's glory. But God's grace covers that. And because God's grace covers that, it makes us draw into living for his glory even more. And so we'll try to share some Baba talks here and there as we're able to. And so here's one. Love you. Good morning, beautiful people. Just thought I'd send you another little encouragement. Trying to be very brief, but just covering a couple things. So on Thursday nights, I know that I see the stress. I see the anxiety. You're coming home from school. You just want to unwind and for a minute. And so I want you to do that. And I don't want this video to cause stress, but I am going to communicate expectations of you. And so we want you to come on Thursday nights and unwind, but also to plug in, to make it happen. And there are times, actually, in the last few weeks, I mean, there's some of you that play a lot, and you play a lot. And so if the last few weeks have any indication of you, really digging in and doing well in school, it's sometimes tough for me to see. And this isn't for everybody, but I'm sending this to everybody just as an encouragement. And so we want you to stay locked in. So that the Worldview trip is for everybody. Everybody in the group can decide to go to Worldview or not. It's your choice. You can go to Worldview. The beach trip, and I should have said this more frequently and more often, but the beach trip is for doing well, working your hardest. And I even think I had the expectation of a 3.0 this year. And I didn't say that very much. I said it at the beginning. And so I'll give a little, leniency in that. But the beach trip is a reward for working hard in life, going to church, extracurricular activities, doing well in school, and really pushing yourself. And there have been times when I haven't taken kids. Last year I didn't take to the beach because of grades. One year I didn't take my son when my kids were in our group in high school. My son failed geometry, and I said, sorry, son, you can't go to the beach with us. And so I'm going to stick to that. I hope we'll see how grades finish up. But the beach trip is for those who have worked hard. I see they worked hard, and they have stayed plugged in. And again, I'm not trying to stress you out and create more expectations. But at some point, like, beach trips shouldn't be the motivation, or even money be the motivation. Like, at some point, you have to be internally motivated to really do your best, just because you are motivated to do your best. That happened for me when I was in middle school. As you know, my parents divorced when I was 6 years old, and my mom had to get up to 3 jobs. Like, she was gone a lot. She only had a high school education. And so she got up to 3 jobs, minimum wage jobs. We were poor. I went to a school a lot like Freedom Middle School. I hated it. It was really hard for me. I hated being the meek white guy at a school like Freedom. I was picked on a lot. And so in middle school, I said, this is not going to be my life. This is not going to be my life. I'm going to have a better life than this. And so from that moment on, I just worked hard. I worked hard. I was in the honor society really the rest of my middle and high school years. And it wasn't because of intelligence, it's because I was the type of kid that had to stay up till 1, 2 in the morning studying. It didn't come easy for me. I just wanted a different life than what a divorced single mom, minimum wage job mom could provide. And so just stayed locked in. So it became an internal drive in me. It wasn't because people were telling me and had this expectation of me. It just became an internal drive. And at some point, if it hasn't already happened, that has to happen to you. Like your motivation isn't because of a grade or because of a beach trip or because of money that you're gonna make. It has to just come from within inside you that you want the best that God has for you. And I hope that that has happened. If not, that it will happen to you. That you just dig deep, not because you study, not because the teacher is telling you to study, or you do something because a boss is telling you to do something. You do it because it's the right thing to do. Um, and so you have to come to that point where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna work hard for my future, for my life. And it may mean giving up things. It may mean giving up spending money on some things that I want to spend money on because I have to save for college. It may mean giving up movies and YouTube and some other things so that I can have a better future that God has for me. But you have to decide that. And so again, I want you to work hard and do your best, but I also want you to unwind and be still and know that He's God and have fun. And so we'll see how the rest of, seniors have 1 more week and everybody else has 2 more weeks. And so we'll see how that finishes out. And I hope everybody goes to the beach. And so stay locked in, stay motivated, and work hard. And again, I hope this doesn't add stress to you. I see your stress. Hope it doesn't add stress to you, but just do your best. Love ya. See ya. Bye.